Beloved Masters, welcome into the sacred space. Welcome to this month's Mastery Membership Transmission. As always, I'm always appreciative and honored and blessed to be able to join all of you heart to heart, soul to soul, as we connect beyond space, beyond time, beyond any dimension, and we connect through the sacred heart and the frequency of love. I invite you now, beloved masters, to enter the sanctum of the heart now as we begin this transmission and you are able to receive more of yourself, activate more of your remembrance, and elevate to higher states of consciousness as you return and restore more deeply to the true self, to the soul, to the spirit, to reality, to truth, to love and abundance in all forms. Settling now into the body, into the spirit, softening all facets of perception and looking through the eyes of the heart, perceiving through the eyes of the heart, receiving through the sacred heart. Beloved Masters, today we speak of destiny and free will. This is not merely just a conversation or a message, but it is a transmission, an activation of the self. And we say to you that from the perspective of the human self, life appears to be a series of choices, crossroads, if you will, and possibilities. And it seems as though each decision shapes the future and determines the path ahead, right? Yet from the perspective of the higher self, the journey has already been embraced, meaning the journey has already been completed. The journey is already known from that higher perspective. Your higher self, beloved master, the eternal aspect of your being that exists beyond time, beyond form, and beyond the limitations of identity, personality, is the one holding the steering wheel of this and all incarnations. What the human calls destiny, what the avatar calls destiny, is often simply the free will of the soul. Before this lifetime began, your soul chose certain experiences, lessons, relationships, opportunities, events, and awakenings through which is desired to know itself more deeply. And in essence, beloved master, nothing is ever imposed upon you. This is an experience your soul chose to have with all the minute and larger details, with all the contractions, simplicities, and complications of your life. To the degree where the core principle of this incarnation is to forget, so that you may come to know yourself. And so initially this experience will seem very real. And this is the power of the human game, is it not? This is possibly the greatest game or assimilation within the cosmos, because it is and feels so real. It is a real experience that when you wake up from this dream, you will say, oh, wow, that felt so real. I felt all that love in that moment of looking into my beloved's eyes for the first time. I felt so much love in my heart when I saw the sight of my baby girl or baby boy's face. Oh, I felt so much pain in that moment of contraction or of trauma. So, beloved Master, rather, what appears as destiny to the human self is the expression of a deeper choice already made by the soul. And the soul is not separate from you. It is you. You have simply forgotten. The purpose of the human experience is not merely to make choices, but to awaken to the deeper intelligence. The deep intelligence behind the choices that have already been made. Every encounter, every single challenge, every blessing, and every apparent detour all exists within a greater tapestry already known by the higher self. For beloved masters, you are aware the higher self is not bound by time. And so what the human avatar perceives as past or present and future are seen simultaneously from the perspective of spirit. The soul already beholds the entire landscape. Every choice, the entire curriculum of your life's journey. And so what appears to be uncertainty from the level of the identity or personality is often clarity from the level of the soul. This does not mean that your life lacks meaning or participation. Rather, it means that your greatest freedom is not found in controlling what unfolds, but in awakening to why it unfolds. The deeper awakening, beloved Master, is not what should I choose, but rather what is the experience revealing about the soul's intention. And here we arrive at one of the greatest causes of suffering within the human experience, where the human self, the personality, the identity, constantly is judging whatever arises. We say, this should not be happening, or this should have happened differently, or this relationship should have lasted, or this loss should have never occurred. Why did this occur? This opportunity should have arrived sooner rather than later. The mind continually measures reality against an imagined alternative. And in doing so, it creates resistance to what is. And yet suffering is rarely created by the experience itself. Most often, suffering arises from the judgment placed upon the experience. Beloved Master, the soul does not divide reality into success and failure. The soul does not divide reality into good and bad. The soul sees only experience, learning, expansion, remembrance. What the personality calls a mistake may be a doorway. What the personality calls a setback may just be an initiation. What the personality calls an ending may be the beginning of a greater unfolding. Beloved masters, when we judge our experiences, we separate ourselves from the wisdom they contain. Beloved master, when we resist what is arising, we resist the very path through which the soul is attempting to awaken us. Peace does not come from controlling life. Peace comes from seeing life as the soul sees it, not as a collection of fortunate and unfortunate events, but as a sacred curriculum designed for awakening. And as judgment dissolves, suffering begins to dissolve with it. And in its place emerges trust. A trust that every experience, whether welcomed or resisted by the personality, carries within it the seeds of remembrance. For the soul is never asking, why is this happening to me? The soul is asking, what is this revealing to me? And within that question lies the doorway to freedom. For the soul is continually inviting the human self into greater remembrance every moment of every day. And as remembrance deepens, resistance softens. The struggle to control begins to dissolve, and trust emerges naturally. And so, some may pose the question, why does Source God choose to experience itself in this way? Beloved, consciousness cannot know itself directly. Just as a finger cannot touch itself, just as an eye cannot see itself without a reflection, just as a tooth cannot bite itself. Consciousness requires mirrors through which it may behold its own infinite nature. And we are those mirrors. Every soul, every life, every experience. A unique expression through which Source comes to know itself. Through individuation, through apparent separation, through the great adventure of forgetting and remembering, consciousness discovers itself anew. And in doing so, something precious is born. Wisdom, compassion, love, the embodied realization of what we truly are. This is among the greatest treasures in all of creation. For Source, God does not seek information. Source seeks experience. And through your journey, the infinite comes to know itself through form. Beloved Master, you are not merely living a life. You are consciousness remembering itself. And so perhaps true free will is not the freedom to change the soul's chosen path on the level of identity, but the freedom to meet that path with resistance or with understanding, with judgment, or with love. And as we soften even more deeply in this moment now, we want to bring forward a message for this time, this week, this month, whenever this moment finds you. At this particular point in time, beloved Master, you have entered a new energetic threshold. A portal, if you will. A portal of consciousness has opened for you within your own being and your own life. As this frequency stabilizes, that which was previously hidden may begin to reveal itself. It's the idea of having a problem and not being able to find a solution to solve that problem. But suddenly, out of nowhere, just like magic, a solution appears. Solutions that once seemed unavailable, impossible, pathways that appeared closed previously, opportunities that could not previously be perceived, suddenly become visible. And it's not because they were newly created, but because your consciousness has risen to a vantage point from which they can now be seen. And you will know this to be true. You will feel this to be true. What once appeared as limitation, beloved masters, may now reveal itself as possibility. What once appeared as confusion may now reveal itself as clarity. What once appeared as an ending may now reveal itself as a doorway. Many of you will experience sudden insights, unexpected revelations, synchronistic openings, moments that seem almost magical in nature. Yet, these are not accidents. They are merely the natural consequence of your expanded awareness. For higher possibilities can only be perceived from higher states of consciousness, is it not? The doorway was always present. The path was always there. And now, beloved Master, you are able to see it. Remain open now. Remain present. Remain receptive. Expect miracles. Expect abundance. Expect solutions. Expect the expansion of your pathway to unfold. For the frequency you are now entering carries the energy of revelation, beloved masters. And through this revelation, a new way forward may emerge with grace, with ease, and unexpected beauty. Trust what is being shown. Trust what is opening. Trust what is awakening within you. For new horizon is revealing itself now. And with this, we leave you for now. We thank you. We honor you. We love you. We are you. Until next time. Bye-bye.